Okay, very good morning to everyone. Welcome to our FKI monthly seminar series on computing and informatics, volume 5. Okay, today we have the privilege of hearing from Madam Ainnur, Hafizah, Binti, Anuar, Mokhtar, actually our lecturer in Faculty of Computing and Informatics. For your information, Madam Ainnur is a member and actively involved in cybersecurity research lab within faculty, and currently she is pursuing her PhD in information technology. Okay, with her expertise in cybersecurity, information security, and data security, I'm sure that Madam Ainnur will bring a wave of knowledge and experience to our webinar today, which entitled a proposed phishing human response, PHR model for phishing human response. Okay, without further ado, I will hand over the session to Madam Ainnur. Over to you, Ainnur.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Beng. Actions. Okay, Assalamualaikum and very good morning to everyone. So my name is Hafizah Binti Mokhtar. I'm from FKI. So today I would like to share my research, which is that a proposed phishing email response or PHR model for phishing email response. So before we start with my presentation, so I would like to ask all of you to watch these two videos. This one. The volume. Okay. And then we have this one.
Boleh ditolak. Okey. Tidak masuk.
Okay, so before I start, so anyone can give me or comment on these two videos, what you understand or what you learn from this video. Is there anyone? Thirdly, say how to entice user to give in their info under false pretense. Okay. So actually, this video is showing us on how phishing works, especially through email. And phishing usually is being sent by phishing email always sent by some organization that we know, for example, like bank, main banks, CIMB, and so on. They will ask you to update your password, update your account number, update your information, and so on. So here I would like to share some about my research, which is more on phishing email itself. Okay, basically, actually, phishing is a crime in which a hacker, we call this as hacker, sends a fake email. The email that really looks like a real email that appears to come from a well-known and trusted company or agency, example like banks or maybe like HP company, Dell company, or any companies that we know as a well-known companies. And they will request the personal information such as our bank, passwords, our bank account, our usernames, phone numbers, addresses, credit card numbers, and so on. So basically, some studies, when they said about phishing, they will refer to humans as the significant weak link in cybersecurity. Human means us, as a human who are using using online banking, using online shopping, and so on. So we mostly do the common mistakes that usually we always make online. So in phishing email also, there's an understanding in how user factors and user awareness of phishing email will affect their phishing human response. Okay, what is user factors? User factors is actually consists of 6 elements. And also user awareness means that you are being aware on user awareness. We have 2 things, which is heuristic processing and also systematic processing. Okay, I will talk about it later. Okay, and then user factors more focus on our human behavior. Okay, and it needs to understand how the action of users to a phishing email itself. And then user factors in information security have initiated to expansion enhance attention, especially the phishing email. So user awareness actually is a procedure of how we go through the phishing email. Example, when we get phishing email, how you react on that phishing email stuff. And of course, user awareness also we known as information processing, and it's characterized as an individual's ability to identify what we use phishing cues and decision strategies they use when confronted with a phishing email. Okay, basically why I focus more on these user factors, user awareness, and so on, because there's a lot of research already being done on it, but the result is inconsistency, and also some of the model that they produce is not focused on user factors or user awareness. So, and however, there are also a few researchers on emotion, because in this phishing email, we are trying to include the emotion as one of the elements that being deal with this phishing email. And therefore, there is a gap in this area, which is user factors, user awareness, and also the emotion. And so by by I proceed with this study, it will minimize the gap and try to solve this problem in this area. Okay, so the aim of this research is to propose a PHR model of phishing human response. And the objective first to identify the user factors and user awareness of phishing email characteristics towards phishing human response. And the second one, to determine the relationship between user factors, user awareness of phishing email towards phishing human response. And also, last one, we want to develop a phishing human response model, PHR model, to evaluate the relationship between user factors and user awareness of phishing email towards phishing human response. Okay, basically now, Okay, basically, now phishing is currently one of the most significant severe security risks as it constructs the foundation for most occurrences involving information security. Okay, here we have a figure showing that top threats 2019 until 2020, and until now, phishing is still top 5 of the most significant severe security risks. And according to my cert, which is my cert is Malaysian Certificate Emergency Response Team. Phishing also is an accident that indicates the highest priority compared to others based on level of importance. Okay, based on my cert reports, which is the latest one until February, phishing is one of the highest rate in this security risk. Okay. Okay, basically, this is some of the literature review that have been done for me to propose the model. Okay, this is I'm doing all this differentiate between all the models that we have that related to phishing or related to any cybersecurity model and so on. So from there, I choose two models and one theory that been included for my new proposed model. Okay, the first one is social influence principle models. Okay, social influence principle models. This model proposes that users have fixed behavior patterns initiated by events in the context of persuasion, okay, which considered the psychological correlate of reflection. And this model is being introduced by Cialdini. So Cialdini called the events triggering these behavioral patterns psychological principles of influence. And Cialdini also defines 6 social influence principles, which is we have authority, we have commitment, we have liking, reciprocation, scarcity, and also social proof. And then next, we have another model, which is heuristic systematic model, which is HSM. Okay, HSM is a model derived from persuasion studies in social psychology. And this seeks to clarify the different treatment of knowledge and attitude in personal context. Okay, this model is being introduced by Igley and Chaiken. So HSM is a dual process philosophy that differentiates between two types of information processing people use when making decisions. For us to make a decision, actually we have two types of information processing. The first one is systematic processing, which requires a deliberative examination of the substance of communication to obtain comprehension. And the second one is, okay, the second one we call it as systematic processing. Heuristic processing means you just go through whatever you get and then you make decision based on what you just see as a glance. Okay, and then HSM acknowledged that two alternative ways of thinking about information can coexist. Both offer two major persuasive strategies. First, we have the central road, which is systematic, and the peripheral road, we call it as heuristic or ad hoc. Okay, and then last, we have another one, which is theory, which is protection motivation theory, provides an essential social cognitive account of protective behavior. So actually PMT's original version originated out of studies on appeals to fear, means that PMT is deal with fear, how people deal with something on their emotion. And then PMT indicates variables that potentially impact behavioral intentions. and has been commonly used in the study of information security behavior. So in this PMT, they have some elements, which is first one is perceived vulnerability, second one is perceived severity, self-efficacy, response cost, and also response efficacy all affect security intentions. Okay, this is all the example like social info principle model. This is all the 6 principle models that we have in Caldini principle models. The first one is authority. Okay, authority means the description is people easily persuaded by individuals perceived to be legitimate authorities. And the second one, we have commitment. People feel intense pressure to be consistent within their own words and actions. Number 3, liking means that people prefer to say yes to those they like. And number 4, reciprocation. People feel obligated to repay in kind what has been given to them. And number 5, scarcity. People usually overestimate items that are rare, diminishing in availability or difficult to obtain. And the last one, social proof, means people always look to the behavior of similar others for directions about choices. And then this is on the heuristic systematic model. Okay, we have these 2 processing, which is systematic processing and heuristic processing. So for systematic processing means that you are more thoughtful, deliberate, and analytical. Means that when you deal with some problems, some things you need to make a decision, so you're more thoughtful, deliberate, and analytical. And the second one, which is heuristic processing, you're more reflexive or automatic. Means that when you get something, you say, oh, okay, I'm fine with it. Oh, okay, it's yes, or it's no. But you not think too much on it. Okay. And then we have the third one, which is protection motivation theory. We have these 4 elements, which is perceived severity. Perceived severity means the degree to which a consumer feels that the effects of security threats are severe. The second one, we have perceived vulnerability, the degree to which a user feels they are likely to face threats related to security. And the third one is self-efficacy, the degree to which a consumer is assured that they can take preventive action against security threats in their own capacity. And the fourth one is response efficacy, which is the degree to which a consumer believes that security measures available are successful. Okay. So I proceed with this. Okay, this is the summary of the analysis that been done. And then for first research objective, we have to identify the user factors and user awareness of phishing email towards phishing human response. So the research questions are, what are the user factors and user awareness of phishing email towards phishing human response? And the deliverables that we supposedly to get is the user factors, which is on demographic, user behavior, email content, and weapon of influence, and the user awareness, the heuristic processing, and also systematic processing, and also the variables of emotion. And for the second objective, which is to determine the relationship between user factors, user awareness of phishing email towards phishing human response. So the RQ is there any relationship between user factors and user awareness of phishing email toward phishing email response? And so the deliverables, we would like to get the relationship between user factors and awareness of phishing email towards phishing human response. And for the last one, for the last research objective, to develop a phishing human response model. So the research question is, what model can be used to evaluate the relationship between user factors and user awareness of phishing email toward phishing human response? So the deliverables, we try to get the verified PHR model, which is phishing human response model. Okay, so what are the contribution to this research? Actually, is we want to contribute to propose a phishing human response model for phishing human response. So the primary aim of the researcher in this study is to relook at the phishing email response from a new perspective and try to focus on the user factors, user awareness, and also adding a new variables, which is emotion. Okay, so this is the proposed research model, which is we have the independent variable is user factors, and also the dependent variable is phishing human response. Okay, actually this framework or this research model is adapted from the heuristic systematic model, which is SSM. So include 3 primary variables, which are user factors, and we have user awareness and also phishing human response. So by referring to the HSM, the independent variable, which is persuasive messages, user factors are the independent variables. So user awareness is act as mediating variables, which include the heuristic processing and also systematic processing. And we added new variable, which is emotion over there. And then when we put the emotion, a small but growing body of research support the notion that different emotion like anger and fear can promote different degrees of message processing, with uncertainty appraisal serving as a key moderator. So emotions are acute, deliberate states that last just a brief time and are linked to a specific occurrence, object, or action. So phishing emails often take advantage of people's emotional and sentimental vulnerabilities in order to gain personal details and confidential credentials. So for the dependent variable here, we have phishing human response. Okay, so for the conclusion, the findings of this study will extend the research on phishing human response by showing the influence of user factors and user awareness of phishing email toward phishing human response. And also this study is to contribute to propose a PHR model to help the government, industry, community, and give value of knowledge. So that's all. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Madam Ainnur, for your insightful presentation. I think now we will open the floor for questions. So again, to all audience, if you have a questions, please unmute your microphone to ask. Alternatively, you can type your question in the chat and we will read it for Ainnur to answer. So let's start with our first question. So if you have any question, please unmute your mic, ask. Is there any question from the floor? Okay, if you don't have any question, I have one. Midwino, I'm attracted by your. Dr. Suraya, do you have any question? Yeah, please unmute your mic. Thank you. Ada soalan, Dr. Suraya? Okay.
Okay.
Boleh dengar? Tak dengar.
Dekat sikit, dekat sikit.
Ini soalan daripada Dr. Salma. Target respondent untuk yang propose model ni siapa ya?
Dia doktor? Tak apa pergi.
Target respondent.
Oh, target respondent. Saya target, actually this target respondent is more on any users, and actually my target is on UMS staff, which is lecturers or also all the UMS staff.
So any other question? Further question from Dr. Salma?
Hello, Puan Ainnur, boleh dengar?
Boleh.
Okay. So why do you choose UMS staff as your target respondent? Is it because of the problem happened in UMS? I mean your research problem related to the
Oh, okay. Basically,
UMS environment.
yeah, one of. Lagi soalan ni. Oh, is that the question? Why I choose UMS? Okay,
Yeah, yeah.
actually, basically it's because where we have problems sometimes we get, of course UMS also concerned on this phishing email and so on. So because that I see before this, our STMK also always remind us about the phishing email, about what the emails have been sent and so on. So from there, I want to study whether UMS staff, which is actually lecturers and also staff, is it aware about the phishing email itself and how they react to that phishing email, whether they ignore it or they click it, the link or and so on. So that's why I focus on UMS.
Okay, thank you, Madam Ainnur. Okay, so is there other question from the floor? Madam Ainnur, I have one question regarding the. Hello, Madam Ainnur. I have one question
Yeah.
regarding the additional parameter that you have add on in the
Yeah.
model that is emotion. So may I know
Yeah.
which type of the emotion you are cater in this model?
Which type?
Yes, because emotion we have a lot, right? Like exciting,
Yeah, I
happy,
know.
sad, and so on. Yes.
Yeah, because there's some studies that they're more focused on emotion through fear and also scared. So I try to adapt that into this model too, which is more on fear, scared, and also another one is more on excitement, which is how you feel happy on regarding to get this phishing email, because some phishing email is not threatening you, but it's trying to attract you that, oh, there's example, like there's a promotion on discount on where you buy this and then you get 50% discount, something like that. So from there, when you click, they will get your personal information and so on, something like that. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. So last call. Any question? Okay, I I think there's no any question from the floor. So I think again, thank you, Madam Ainnur, for your sharing expertise and insight with us today. So actually,
Thank you so much.
your presentation has been both informative and engaging, lah, and we truly appreciate the knowledge you have shared. Okay, so we also like to extend our gratitude to all the participants for joining us today. And before we end our session, can I request of you to switch on your camera and we will have a group photo session. Madam Diana, you will help to take the photo, right?
You ready all? Open your camera. All right. Okay. Smile. 1, 2, 3. Wait, huh? Okay, freestyle. Okay, thank you.
Okay. So thank you once again, and we look forward to seeing you at our future events. Have a wonderful day all. Bye.